Good day, everybody. How's my mic volume and all that? I pray you're all doing well. Catching you for the Pax Dei bit. This is D for Play. This is Epiousios. I'm Bender. Let's talk about Pax Dei. We're right here with Mordetwy. He's currently got 429 hours. We're booting in. This is what you're going to see for all those who are starting out the 7-day free trial. I want to mention that there are 160,000 people estimated by sales, who have Pax Dei, who have it already, who have it. So they cannot, unless they start a new Steam account, they cannot do the 7-day trial. One of my plots is frozen. We can talk about this later. You can get rid of these by starting an account on the paxday.com. You can go up here and click on them. They will knock those off, but I haven't seen them actually stop the notices. So we'll see about that when that changes. If you haven't seen the lobby before, it's the lobby like any place. We have an editing section just in case. And there you go, your editing section. I got a cat sneeze in the middle of my screen. It's terrible. It's nearly where my cursor would be. Anyway, so naked character. You can go in here, you start with your base face, right? You go through here and find out what you want. Face details, skin, hair, beard, if you want a beard, eye color, if you want eye color. Well, you've got to have eye color. It's going to be some eye color. They don't give you the glowing Conan eyeballs, eyebrows, and stuff like that. A bit of the eyeshadow. That actually helps add definition even to your male characters. Gives you a little bit of shadow there for those heavily lit conditions. Doesn't make you so bright faced. Bit of eyeliner just to make sure you have some definition, and you can choose a bit of shading on your lips, give yourself a bit of sunburn, and you got your body, right? You can make yourself slim, small, muscular, large. I don't believe you could change your height. We're blinking. There's a good one. I love to catch glitches. We have moved up to 5.6 in our 4.7 R4.7 verse. Let's kick it in. If you ever have a problem booting with Pax Dei, leave a question for me in the comments. Most all the cures you're going to see are default cures you will see everywhere. And here we are. Very beautiful, very beautiful. We have an issue, and we're going to get a closer look at it in a moment. Ta-da! Red. Red. What does red mean? What does it mean when everything's red? That means you're in trouble. So here. Let's go to here. Free up the cursor. Go to full screen. Make it so. And you go to plots. Now, in 15 hours, all these are going to be removed. Woe is I. Woe is I. I have good notes, though. I have characters who have plots. They have land ready. What I did, and you will see in a moment, is when Pax Dei first started, I invested in a few accounts. And when they went on discount, I got a couple more. Well, more than I had before, because it was really cheap. And right now I think it's $14.99. Some of us bought it, 50, well, with the Founders Pack, 70, stuff like that. So I'll be taking care of this, but not right now. We're going to talk about a couple rules when your plot turns red. What can you do and what can't you do? Morty, you're locked out. We have, let's talk about the chat really quick. Get back on the screen here, kiddo. Can we open chat wall? Yes, we can. Now, chat is a wonderful thing. 642, this is all very current, all the way up here. I won't read through the chat. I do love to do that because there's so many details that people bring up. You might want to say, hey, check this out. You're right there talking about different alchemy They're talking about what they feel about the different things. Work out with charcoal is pickup and delivery, right? Don't have buy orders yet, but you could talk to people and ask them, and therefore that's a buy order if they take notes. It's a grind from hell. Hey, why did he get AI blocked? The AI blocked me for saying in Myth of Empires that the carts and wagons had tracking chaos, and it was like, I'm blocking this. So we do have AI working in the background. I love to grind. LOLOL. Wife does too. Very funny. Wait, never mind. LOL. You get to level 25 or higher, need large vials. That slows down even more, right? You get sand, right? Keep sand in mind if you're starting out. Keep sand. Don't throw it all away. In fact, make it a nuisance. Make it a nuisance. It's worth it. Yeah, my clan helps collect sand, and they help make vials for me. It is so awesome, right? Because that sand, you might as well have somewhere to go to, or it's not worth bringing home. So focus. People buy it. People buy it. You can get rich off sand. Wow. In Alaska, sand's worthless. They want the gold in it. Well, we're not going to sell it to China. I was like everyone hates alchemy because of the grind. Let me add it. Right? Alchemy is actually fun, and it's gotten better. And they're going to do a bunch of crafting updates in the 4.7, 4.8, 4.9 series. It's already in. They've started with the basic stuff, the stuff you all run into first, because alchemy is something you run into a little bit later. Right, jewel crafting, Cry the EQ was the carpal tunnel, right? A programmable keyboard I used for some of that. You didn't actually have to make jewelry. Jewelry doesn't have much of effect right now, but as you build up, you will see it does start giving you some. Once they made the whole recipes things, it was really easy to just buy all the stuff and hit the do this until you run out of stuff button, right? I do love that. At least the EQ storage was basically unlimited. When? For your person. You can never collect more mats than you can hold in a single day. Oh, well, maybe with jewel crafting. So anyway, we go down here. You can see everybody who's on. You can see people coming on and going off. These guys here are our local. This up here is the whole province. Let's look at that. Let's look at the whole province. So this is where we are. This is the whole province. So when you get in the red, you're hearing everybody. Local should be REITs. You know, the things have changed. Things have changed. There's my properties. They're about to disappear. Things have changed. And nearby will be really just around you. That's be just right around you. So know that you can reach out and chat. It tells you who's coming online, who's gone offline. If you're looking for friends or anybody with a familiar name, and you're like, oh, that's right, Lilybeth or Pembry or Mr. Cass, Poppy, right? You said, oh, I need to get some coal. How you doing, Willie? Can you hear me? Am I at 1/4 screen? Can you tell me any news? Yeah, long time. I just got all my permissions back. You know, I had to once again put my ID in, then they wait, and I just got all my permissions back. So it's like, bloody heck. It's kind of funny. So, you know, we're doing the big boring, why do a 7-day trial? This chat update's pretty serious. I was just reading through it. It's pretty cool that jewel crafting, as beleaguered as it's been over time, people are still talking about it with great hope and expectation. Well, it's a way to add armor and spells and stamina and other effects to yourself. What's this one on Elder Scrolls Online? Is that what they meant? Yeah, 500 people. Oh, is that a... Well, I don't know what that is. There's two different acronyms. You might be mixing up the ring for a shawl. A whole army of giants. Ice giants. I try to wonder... Well, because... By the way, when you click on someone, you get this nice little pop-up text, since I've actually done it. Long shot, you will see their Discord if they're connected. I'm trying to disconnect all my Discord accounts to see if I can just get one connected. Direct message, add a friend. They might be able to turn you down. No. Mute and block if so desperate. If so desperate to block. Oh, there's the last thing. The last thing. Nearby. There's no one nearby. Hello, is there anybody nearby? Anyone nearby? Am I typing? Yeah, good. If they answer, they'll go, what do you want? And I'll be like, how close are you? How close are you? Yeah. So, as you can see, Willie, I've let everything go red. But I've done it on purpose because I'm going through my tokens. I have several members who have the original 4 tokens we got with the full release. So, they're all going to expire before I can use them all. And I'm not being a glutton for plots like I was when they were free. Yes, folks, before full release, you got all your plots for free. So we got to play with 4 plots for all my accounts for free. Nah, it's over. Hey, but it ain't so bad. It ain't so bad. I'm not going to talk about prices and all that. Many folks might find a bit of trouble doing subscription through Steam. Apparently, I read where Mainframe says Unreal Engine, among other things, doesn't have a... Well, there's a bit of a problem with that. Steam, is the one who doesn't have a setup for a subscription. Apparently that's not quite something they do. So what somebody has to do, which is what they used to do from the website, is they would bill Steam. And I would just make sure there was money on my Steam account, and I would get billed every month. When they closed down the main launcher, they kept the site. You could have an account there and have your Steam account linked and have your Discord link. But at that time, something went on, which was admitted by Mainframe. They're like, yeah, try it again, try to reconnect, which I'm going to do. But I'm lazy. Anyway, I'm not in a hurry anyway. So, while we're at this. So yeah, right, if you get in to the trial, and you're like, okay, you buy the base game, well, that's going to, reactivate your red plot. If you let your plot go red, faster, man, faster. Come on, get your butt up into the sky. It's like I'm flying an elephant. See, elephant's got wings or ears or whatever he had. He's holding the black feather. So you get the red plots. Of course, I have a couple. Yours will be just round, like this one over here. Everybody gets to see you. Everybody using the hammer gets to see your red plot. We could often see other ones from here because we have people. Oh, I'm moving kind of jiggy with it. That's not typical, but there's a lot of people on. There's a red plot over there. Often red plots are grace plots. It doesn't mean someone's moving. And people, like across the way, I had some footage before, where the plots you can see in this empty spot right across the water, that's a hand and it flows place just above there, higher. That used to have a lot of squares, a lot of voids, as I call them. You get squares. And if you get more than one plot, or you connect your one plot to someone else, you might see one. They're not really a big deal. And you can talk to people around you and as far as what they think. If you can get them around an object, that's pretty good, like a tree or a boulder, something like that. And you can slip the pieces over into them. And if they're small enough, you can make them look like they're not even there. Quite literally. All right, so what you can't do is you can take things when you have a reddened plot, but it won't let you place things. Do I have anything I can place? No. You. Take you out. Not mine. You see? These are my plots. I could prove it. These are my plots. See, this is mine. These are all mine. It's telling me I can't take my stuff. No, let me get away. What about my storage? Ah, you see, I can get some berries. That's right. I'm not totally out in the cold, am I? So remember that. You can pick up your goods and everything. but they're not going to let you build, you know, and your stuff. Well, if you can't pick up your stuff, what happens? Well, that is another thing. That is another thing you might want to consider. You have a thing called a redemption queue. Well, what? You're telling us all this stuff? I'm sorry, Willie. My account is linked to the website, and then I use the site to sub. Now, I connected. I had Lagerda connected first. Then I messed it up. I think I messed it up because some people don't have the problem. They don't have the problem. You use the site to sub on the Exolia. You know, they have their little pay thing, right? I had money in my Steam account, and I was like, I want to spend my darn money, and so I was, I'm working to do that. Plus, just because there's a lot of people who are asking about it, I was like, my dad pays for Pax. Good to mention. Yeah, you have to. Okay, so yeah, that's the problem with a 7-day trial. Everything locks up like this. You can move it. Anybody want my stuff before I lose it? But it will go to your redemption queue. Once again. System messages, redeeming queue. I cannot access it, right? Because I don't have it. You need to be at your plot or Petra Day to be able to access it. This isn't my plot right now. It's locked. But we have Lagerdas over here. We'll see. Yeah, some of the rules have changed, and I haven't used them all. So it's good for me to go through this stuff. I'll tell you that. Okay. No items to redeem. See, now I get the clear message. Well, Morty didn't have any items to redeem. But, as you can see, either you hadn't not built anything, / had no items in your inventories before the wipe, which will never happen again unless the Lord shuts us down, or you redeemed all your items already. Quite a different message than you're not on your plot. But I was on my plot. Not anymore. You're not paying taxes. Now, these will disappear pretty quickly. And what you will see is the resources that were out here, if any, most likely reeds, will show back up. Bit of clay, bit of flint, stuff like that. If you're in other areas, other things that you saw disappear. So gather those up really quick. It's a bonus. Then put your plots back down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull Mortitwise pots in a little bit. We're going to change over to Twist. Or Johan. Yeah, I got to bring on Johan. Do I have anything locked? I got to make sure Morty doesn't have anything locked before I go, because I left things locked. And yeah, it's Johan's private container, so he's going to come back on and deal with that. You think you change him. You think you do, but you don't. Is it the fact that you changed it and they don't take? I don't actually consider that to be a good excuse. If it happens, it gets away with it. You might see more Johan. Why didn't I open that one? I forgot it. I was aiming through it. I checked another one. Clan containers, all that stuff. Anyway, we're up here. Doobie-doobie-doo. Now, Pax Day is a totally different game. Willie can attest to it. Willie's been talking to me on this channel. For everybody who watches it after this, I am trying to make sure the chat shows up after the stream comes up, but I'll have to watch it again to see if it does. I haven't found a way to have YouTube show its chat. I'm a noob. Well, okay, with Twitch, they throw up their chat and YouTube's chat when you dual stream. So I've just never worked around it this way. Is it upstairs? I know there was something, Morty. I'm going to walk out of here. We're getting that artistic look. Mine. Clan. All. Our permission changes. You will not know. You will start never knowing what it was like before. But, just in case, you will not see most likely what you are ranked when you join the clan. You will join the clan as a homesteader. Well, where's my permission? Well, all. There it is. There it is. That's where the homesteader's hidden behind. Otherwise, villager, you get promoted to that. They give you different permissions. Elders and up, and aldermen. Now, homesteaders cannot, they have certain permissions that I haven't looked at yet. And I'm going to be doing that to Catnap if I get over to Celine fast enough. It's been a busy week, and everything was close. But we're proving some things about Pax Dei because I have a very busy life. Beyond Pax Dei, I can play Pax Dei less now than I could before, which is not ideal. Dang it, I thought there was something, or was it? I'm going to have to start taking notes. I thought I could escape notes with Pax Dei. I have a whole book full of the planets in Empyrean, especially since you can do like 4 different scenarios, 5 different scenarios, plus the original. So you had to remember your starter planets. The key to stacking chests more than 2. If anybody, you got to have a wall of chests, right? Well, you find out what your measurement is, and you find out what your clearance is, and then you put a shelf on the wall behind the chest. And you're probably going to have to clear out the second one, because the shelves have these supports on them. On the bottom there, sticking down, they have those supports on them, and they will block. So, but once you get in position all nice and find out, you can make a routine of it. Maybe use a couple sticks to measure it out, and make a routine of it. Then you can stack them higher. 4, then do another shelf, 6 high. It gets nuts. But the thing is, if you take the shelf out and the chest has nothing in it, the chest will just return to your inventory with a little crunchy noise. If you put an item in the chest, whatever, a piece of flax, that chest will hover in the air, well, until your plot expires. And I'm not even sure about that. It seems to me chests take longer, if anything. Your market stall used to hang around quite a while, if you built one. I haven't built one yet. Nope, not in the whole game. Hold it. Alright, so you're going to develop an intimate relationship with charcoal. Locked. Oh, they see? It's panic. I'm like, locked. I can get into my wood, but I'm locked out of my wee little charcoal. I'm locked out of everything. This is all fun. I don't let things expire unless I'm moving, and I've dismantled all this stuff. Locked. It's mine. It's mine. How can mainframe do this to me? Pay your dues. So when you're out of the 7 days, I just want you to know you can still make stuff. I can make stuff. I can do it. So if you're like, oh, I got to repair something, because what if you're broke, right? And maybe you have like 390 grace. Well, how did I get that? I only have a 7-day trial. Well, there's these things called achievements, and they're pretty cool. You can go to the journal, and someone like Mordetwai, I have not opened any of the achievements, has already finished 24 out of 289 at his basic skills, which are not impressive. They are not impressive skills. In fact, within a week, you can reach them. And that's why we're here, and that's why it takes so long to do everything. Because, where's my U? There's my U. We have this new stuff happening, and I don't need a bunch of OP characters where I can't go through the basics. As you can see, this light armor he's built, which you can do really close to right off the bat. As soon as you're working through bronze, which, you'll figure out. It's so close, you'll be on top of it. But when it comes down to it, I'm still working on carpentry, which you have to be up to level 20 before you get to the cool stuff. I'll be working with him on that. I got to do a little bit of, I do have to look at that. So, I have basic skills, just basic skills, basic skills, nothing amazing, nothing up there. We just got a big thing on bows, so I stayed low in those. I have one character that's up to 20. But I won't be highlighting him because you're not going to be seeing that. Everybody who knows already knows. It's the people who can't reach it yet that need to know. Do I have any skills left on this? Give it to me. Now, this wood chopping block is the first crafting bench you'll be able to make. And so it kind of teaches you exactly how crafting will go from that point on. Nothing else to my knowledge opens up on this wood chopping block but these items. Maybe something else later. You'll notice this plank has a crown. I've mastered it. This wooden beam has a crown. I've mastered it. It's kind of a bummer because I got to make a lot more of those. The longwood stock I'll be making for archery. It's just out of sapwood. But then you get up to a chopping level where you can do the fine wood beams. And if you keep everything going up in a nice even sort when it comes to carpentry and wood chopping and stuff like that, because wood chopping is a very rare opportunity in Pax Dei. Willie knows I'm telling the truth. If any of you are trying to escape games that involve logging because you just, you know, you have not found it. One of the big deals. This is how you get. I just dropped it on. Oh, she's gonna be pissed at me. So you come a long way with trees. They used to chop on a hinge. I remember the old ones. Mainframe is proud of their tree chopping. And it goes quick. It goes quick. Your stone axe. You're going to make stone tools first. And it's funny because, well, I'm going to whip one up any second now. I want to just go over and pick up a rock, and a rock is all I'm willing to do. Chop it down before it stops twisting. If it's up against a house, sometimes it takes a minute to figure out where it wants to fall. If you're next to reeds at the base, which I will show you, lumberjack. Look at that. I've got 5 gold. I have to actually pick that gold up. What can you do with gold so early in the game? Can you buy stuff? Well, let's claim a couple rewards and show you what I can do rather immediately. Just to be like, well, that's an immediate reward. So let's say, well, I want gold. Oh, I might as well claim those. I need some stone. Staking my claim. Right? That's because I put a plot down. First blood. That's because a boar kicked my butt and I managed to survive a long time ago. Aspiring arrowsmith. I made a wood arrow and reached level 3. I did. Aspiring blacksmith. Reached level 3 in blacksmithing. Look, you get money just for working. This is very American. Iron ingot. Level 30. 10 in carpentry. I didn't quite read it. Okay, so if you missed, you can go down here, wood and stone, and then you get the first blood, and then you get, because you want to be able to tell somebody, like, oh man, when do I get anywhere in this game? And it's not a game, it's a simulator. 3. Blacksmith, 3. First steps, reach level 10, right? So you get these nice little rewards. They're very nice. Now, I give credit to the person who's stared at the goat first. Eltari looked through these and found, do I have enough money yet? Yeah, I have 20. I only need 20 gold. What do you need 20 gold for? What can you do with that? Well, you can try to spend your money on the market, which we're going to check out after this. But the first thing you want to look at is grace. Grace wheel resets in 7 hours and 30 minutes. Every 24 hours, and you can mark when that's going to be. 7 hours and 30 minutes will be, what, 14? Oh, is that 14? I can't do time. Yeah, that's 3 o'clock. So 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. Look up the KLF song. It is actually one of my favorite. 3 a.m. Eternal. So I was going to do it for an intro, but I wanted to avoid a copyright. So anyway, what we have is your first opportunity to buy grace. You've never bought grace before. You could buy grace now. Well, I have been given 10,000 gold by somebody. Well, right, well, let's go to the top of the list. You need 400 grace for 31 days of plot lease. To put down that plot and expect to see it there and not turn red, you got to feed it grace. If you set it down with grace. Now, if you've started a trial, you got a plot token, I read. But that plot token, once you buy the base game, gives you 30 minus 7 days at that point. Or if you waited for the expiration time, maybe you got a little extra. You can see people coming on and offline. That's a new thing. It's very cool. But so you'll notice that if you just want to buy 240, how much gold is that? 18,977,310. Should we write a check? No. What if you want to get half that? Well, I'll tell you, half of it, do it. Half of it at 120 is 10,310 gold. Maybe you're desperate. Maybe you're desperate. What's half of well, half of 120 is 60, but it happens to be 360 gold. 360 gold. Do you see what's happening here? I will let you work this out. All on your own. 30 is 90. Twice that is 360. You see something afoot. This used to be 300 something up here. I got the footage somewhere. Go. This used to be 300 something. Down here, 20 for 50 gold and 10, right? I buy them in tens. Every time you log in, I do not have the bonus program. You can get it, extra 50%. It's $4 a month. Round up for change. And you can go right back down there. I do not get that. I get 20. I can do it. And he's going to go, oh, I got to hit my knees just to catch it. Oh, poor. The Lord gives his grace free. But here in Pax Dei, we got to buy grace from the divine for gold. Yeah, cheap. Anyway. Now, notifications. Look, I've been told. There. You get this every time you log in. Not immediately, but pretty immediately. Subscribe to the premium membership. This is the last time on Tuesday I came in and checked out these plots and made sure I knew what I was looking at. The store. Now, I have not successfully bought anything through the store. I have bought things, as Willie mentioned, through the site. I think it's called Exolia. Their little thing. You set up payments through them, and they send you emails notifying you, and you can cancel from your emails, just in case you're like, I've had enough, or I have enough. You can cancel. We got a bit of geese, right? We got a bit of pheasants, too. So you can go here. You can go to the account on the website from here, which I'm not going to do because my personal information comes up. But using this link, you can go and archive the messages that keep popping up on your lobby screen. Now, tokens and things like that, I buy them at $42.49 for 10. That's what I do. I've done the math. It's the best deal, really. The only way you can get a better deal, really, is to pay the $3.99 a month and buy tokens. And you can check that out. If you pay this alone, and give yourself a 50% bonus just for a bit of joy, it gives you 5 more grace every login. So that's a bit more joy. You can only earn 300 grace if you log in every day. If you log in every day, you can only earn 300 grace just logging in. If you go out and mug a couple soldiers, you can get 20 gold fast. But yeah, they drop it 3 at a time. They're poor guys, man. But the level 1 guys do. I don't think the level 2 guys get much wealthier either. But you can go to your account. If you want to do things a bit faster, and this is more than just grace. It's 50% additional grace. It's 50% grace boost from gold offerings. So not only do you get more for logging in, checking on cats, you get more when you buy it also. So that's a bit of a multiplier right there. And you get an XP boost from player versus enemy, crafting, and harvesting. Nice stuff. So, just so you know. But in 7 days, and you're like, well, hold it. I looked it up. Is the trial program even going? Soon. Very soon. Let's get more wood. No, hold it. You gotta make the cheap stuff. When you start out, I have a neighbor near me. I need to be sociable. So, you can build anything you want here in your... This is just with your hands. You can just do it. So you can get yourself a nice stone axe. Let's see if I can mastercraft. No. Oh, dang it. That'd have been cool. So, click on E. You got armed. Noodle. Hello, neighbor. Oh, it is Noodle. Hey, Noodle. Hold it. No, darn it. Can I do a C? Can I wave with stuff in my hand? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so slow at this. People walk away while I'm doing this. Never mind. Darn it. Hi, Noodle. Trying to wave. Yeah, I suck at this. Sorry, Noodle. always make sure, to try to spell things correctly. Yeah. Okay. So when I'm in chat, I'll hit a darn emote, and then I will. Well, okay, they move these darn things around. They did, and you saw it not show up. Celebrate, indicate, 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 indicate. Where's the wave? There it is. My God, bottom of the list. Try not to hide it. That's one thing when you have a neighbor and you're putting your plot by somebody, you really you don't want to shade them out. You don't want to like obscure their existence. I should admit I am recording. I am live streaming. Hope you don't mind. So yeah, I'm making more renovations to the tavern. Almost done the tile work, and I can put the kitchen back in order. Yeah, I've added a few more decor pieces and seating, but the tile work is slowing me down. Yeah, I'm not even skilled. Yeah, what is it? 3 years and a noob? Am I 3 years and a noob? Years? What is it? How many aeons? Is it 6 aeons yet? Are we? Yeah, well, several aeons. Still a noob. Yeah, no, I can't do can't wait. Can't wait to get to the construction objects. Why have I stalled so long? Well, they're adding some. And they keep saying they're going to add some. Well, wait for the nice stone and tiles. Yeah, right, nice stone and tiles. And we've seen that in the Golden City. Yeah, I'm slowly starting to fill my market stall if you need supplies. I also fill a public basket in my house with random foods and stuff, so take a peek there for free, right? Off the grind, yeah. Yeah, cheers until next. One of the so anybody, you see, you get a mix. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so there's chat settings, and we can go into that, but you should fish around these. I have them all checked off from the start. I can't remember if that's default. It's just I looked at it. The duration, the chat preview remains visible on your screen might be of interest to some of you. 30 minutes, 60 minutes. If you're running around and you want to keep something going, you can leave notes for yourself in the nearby chat. Write a recipe in there, and then you can remember your chat. You could write yourself a grocery list in your nearby. You also have party chat and stuff like that. Since I'm not in a party, it's not really pertinent right now. And you can start one, and I will check that out. Those are some functions I haven't looked at in a while. So There you go. Your social friends list. Dun dun dun. I have to work on that. Get my Discord connected. Right now I just get a thing that tells me, forget it. I don't want to mix it up. And then if you're in a clan. Not in a clan. I'm not in a clan. I thought I was in a clan. Am I not in a clan? Clan. Yeah, I'm in a clan. So that's it. I don't know. Well, I'm not in a clan at this point. Well, maybe you have to have clan mates on board. You can't see stuff once you join a clan. Before you join a clan, you can look up all the clans, you can look up all the numbers, you can look up all the names, but you can't see anything once you join a clan. You can't look up other clans. So it's kind of interesting. I think that's something they're thinking about changing. I read pretty much everything Mainframe writes. I don't remember it all because it goes quite a few different directions, but it triggers when I mention something, whether they have mentioned it before, and I often go back to look at it again. Now, Johan's going to be getting on with this. I've got to straighten this up and get all the building right. I got the curve off. I need it moved over. Dang it. It's misery. I don't know. I like building. I like games that build. I've been building since Second Life and all that stuff. Man, we're getting a lot of people online. It's so nice. Before we were very isolated. Very isolated. So to see only people that were near us in our valley, and if everybody ran off to do a dungeon run, they're all over the place, right? They're all over the place, not in your home valley. And, you know, the province, you could before communicate province-wide. And you could always do that. I thought, people seem to talk from everywhere. So nearby must be the home valley. And it would seem to be. It would seem to be. And there you go. Okay. So that's wonderful. That's beautiful. What was I doing? Oh, I was chopping down a tree with a stone axe. This is exciting. But why? Well, you can't chop down the big trees with a stone axe. It won't do it. It'll switch axes on you and go to the other one. But let's leave that for a minute. You go to this guy, since I have it armed, it already goes back to my other axe. One thing you'll notice about large trees is you stop getting resin. Didn't get any there. I know, bad example. We'll get some from here. Hawthorns, once you're up to bronze, which you will not see at first, which I have in my, or iron, excuse me, iron. Hardness of 2. This has a hardness of 0. Am I too high skilled to get resin anymore? Oh lordy, that's going to be bad news. I know they've adjusted some things, and I've been checking it out. It used to be that you would pretty much want to switch back to a stone axe to start building up at least 1 resin per tree. Where, if you go to the other trees... Let me let a cat out. It's one thing you can do while chopping trees. You can let a cat out. Now you notice this tree laid down just fine. We're going to find one of the ones that doesn't. A lot of people have talked about this, and it's actually very simple. There. You. I need a couple victims. I need a couple victims. I think I could drop this one over here. If it drops the right way. Right, you got reeds. And it's a good combination. Reeds, oats, berry bushes, things around the foot of the tree. Even yourself, it can do it. Sometimes you can get stuck in the tree. It's gonna go up. Aha! See, when you drop a tree on any other structure around it, you know, you gotta reach up and do it. Ooh. And then it goes whoosh. So, going up in skills is rather quick. You start at 300 to get to level 1, then 600, then 900, then, you know, on and on by 300s, basically, or doublings at a point. Oh, look, a sun flash. That was a radioactive blast from the future world outside our village. That's how I explain it. There you go. The shine. We are getting different effects. You'll notice the sun isn't up, right? So it's still having a couple effects. We had us shining through the mountains for a moment. Video games. Now, I think there's no bother. You know, dropping trees on top of reeds isn't gonna. It's not gonna wreck your game. It's not gonna mess anything up. But this won't drop through. It might. It might drop the right way. Just reach up and do it. It's just funny. Know it'll happen. If you're on boulders or something, you might have to take up a different position. You're not going to go the right way, are you? There you go. See? So basically, what can you do? Well, you could chop down everything around. I did that once, and then the tree fell a different direction, so I'm not really sure if that worked. You know? Science. Science! Try not to cut down my neighbor's trees. I don't want to drop trees on his house. It's not polite. So anyway, you can see, you can get up to your levels. Oh, you guys. I don't have any arrows on me. Let's cure that. If you don't have any arrows on you, you're going to notice one thing. Bingo, they're right there. Craft yourself a set. Now, I'm too late to go shooting at these geese, but it's good to put them in your toolbar just in case you don't know how many you have. The geese you can take down with one arrow. The pheasant that you'll see, you need a flint arrow. Or you need to shoot him twice, which isn't exactly the easiest thing to do. Funny thing, I had all my beehives along the line. Like exactly. Not this one, because it was blocked by the stone. My lines shifted by 1,000th, and I lost all my beehives. Watch how close you put things to the edge of your line. Alright, I've officially done nothing. Except, hold it. Oh, how close am I in carpentry? Get rid of this hammer. I am getting another keypad to the left here. The razor, since I cannot program it unless it's online, and when it's online, it spams all my threads. It spams all my CPU threads. I watched it do it. And I was like, okay, I can't even find the complaint. It's like a CPU complaint where what it'll do is it'll go across all your threads, but it will pack one. And it will cook your CPU packing that one. It's when other people get a chance to use your CPU. All those trees, only 4 resin. And I even use the stone axe. There's your heartwood. Man, if they, mainframe, the divine, as I try to call them, it eases my... I really don't criticize mainframe much. I will say this, 5.7 will get rid of trees through foundations, but they're tired. If you've just converted your whole video game, which I don't know how to do, to an engine, the longer you hang around till you work on that again, the less you're going to remember, probably. But 5.7 has a change in trees from this nano and voxel. We won't have trees disappearing in the distance. No more of that. We will have voxel trees like Minecraft, but much smaller cubes decorating the hillsides because they take barely anything to generate. Oh, I gotta make a bunch of handles. Why not hit craft all? It's the same. Okay, I stopped hitting craft all a long time ago. Craft all used to cause a lot of failures, and so I just got out of the habit. That was a long time ago, pre-full release. You get 5, 6, 7 failures in a row, which maybe I would get the same amount crafting them in eaches. It just never happened in a way that I noticed it. Carpentry is how you get the pretty buildings, but you need to raise your blacksmithing to get hinges and stuff for shutters. Wrought iron becomes one of your first challenges. It is not far away, but you don't have to find it. You can make it without having it. Now, Willie, to you personally, I can't remember if it was your mother or grandmother who was suffering. I pray for the full recovery continues. Last I heard, things were going all right. So that is something I do think about. Oh, come on, go up a level. I'm just doing it for this. There, level 12. Iron chandelier. Oh, you think this is a wonderful thing. You think it's a wonderful thing. Well, I pray for her strength. That is, I praise the Lord Jesus Christ. My mother, I told you, she got out of the hospital and her legs are swelling. The heat in California is a total trucker. So while she's doing well, she wonders. Well, I pray for your mom. All right. Now, Willie, I don't want to spend more than an hour. I'm seeing how long these are taking to upload. And I don't want it carrying on forever. If I'm finding out they're doing well, then I might run longer ones. I do got to get on with the others. I could wait to get on with Twist. I'm going to keep things till 7 p.m. Starting at 7 p.m. and just do that. I do want to do an 11 o'clock. Why? Because I'm playing anyway. And I'd even love to kick off in the mornings, but that's inconvenient. But I'll be playing myself, because I have a bunch to do. But we definitely... Are we going to release the plots, Morty? No, let's wait. Why wait? Am I actually adding time by letting the countdown count down? I haven't noticed that. I wanted to notice that because I was like, hold it. Did the 3 days come out of the new time? You know what I mean? Did I get 30 days? Because when I put down the grace plot for Twist, which I did just the other day, oh, did I set permissions on that? Might as well remind myself. I'm setting up a market over here by the bridge. I personally don't like to be away from a road at all. That's why I don't like blocking my neighbor. Isolate here, almost had a chance to meet Isolate, but they were AFK. Looking over there, coal industry. They came back and moved all this stuff when the coal, just before the coal reduced. I'm sure he was jazzed, or she. But, so I'm going to set up a little market area because I found out a couple things about market stalls that I'm very interesting. Hi, you guys. Yeah, these guys you can hit with one. Yeah, I could have flipped out the bow. It's so lame shooting at them with wood arrows. I'd rather not do it while recording. Well, maybe. There's more. They do, man. I haven't quite got the distance down. And if you shoot them in the trees, they might not fall out of the tree. Can you chop that tree down? Already tried that. Go ahead. It'll be hilarious. Now I see pairs. Sometimes there's fours. A lot of action. They are so sensitive. Geese are not that sensitive. I wasn't even in range to see their grays. Well, I'll have to get that down. Of course, you can shoot quite far with a wood arrow. And things have changed with the wood arrow. Over on the test server, there was a goose stuck up in the air, just standing there. You might see that. You can still shoot them, and they'll fall to the ground. They will. So, going to be setting up a market here. Of course, I could barely touch the path, so we'll have a nice entry to it. I didn't know you could share your market stalls. I thought everybody had to have their own, because I just haven't done it yet. No, I was here when they invented the darn things. Might have built one once. They don't take anything to build. But anyway, we'll be doing this here. Candy Twist Place. We'll be seeing her on next time. I'm going to bring Morty back on in 7 hours. That's how I manage it. The next time I'll see Morty on is in 7 hours and 2 minutes thereabouts. Because that's when the grace clock resets. And I'll do more with him. I do want to keep his grace high enough. I want to keep people in a bonus. How do I do that? Just in case you've not seen, let's do one more thing before we go. It's what I do, and maybe other people are just used to seeing it, so they might not have thought of it, because they have one account, maybe. Or if they, I'm sure that you found out with your alternate. But your alternate, you might not think it's so significant. Let's get out here. Those animations, they never get old. Because they already are ancient. I think I heard a game reviewer today saying, "Oh, they put in a jump. They put in a jump. It's not on default Unreal jump." I kind of wonder if we are. Oh yes. So, any case has a place you can put gold. That's not news. Anybody can put gold in there, and anybody can withdraw it. So right now I'm working on Twist. She's going out to the camps and beating up the thugs. Why? Because wear out one set of armor, see how much I wear out, get her up to the next level, and I'm going to hand down that armor. I had Morty make 4 sets of armor, just so, and of course I could, if I had money in here, I could withdraw it. And I'm out of money. I have to send Twist to earn more rent. And I buy grace whenever my characters are on. I don't have to go out and, fight with every character. In fact, not every character I have is a fighter. And if you have alternates, you'll have the homebody, that, is always back at the home valley. While you might have a traveler where you can leave wherever you were last, but not be a whole traveling distance back to your home valley to do basic things. I use Garrett Dina as the land holder. She holds all the plots. Everybody else is just going through theirs. So soon, one thing I also don't enjoy so much is you'll just see her name on all the plots, which is kind of funny. The naming system, putting your name in front of every plot you have, sometimes I wonder if the person out there, there's people out there with 50 or more plots. Whether they plan on doing that every month or not, well, may the Lord bless them. But they're going to see their name. I mean, if it's like Booty Picker, this is Booty Picker's Tavern, Booty Picker's Dock, Booty Picker's Wall, or Booty Picker's No Named, Booty Picker's Sherwood Clan, and it's like, wow, I really regret my username. They're going to be changing the dynamics of the username. Apparently, They're going to be giving us 2 capital letters? I don't know. They said it's a surprise. So it might be 2 capital letters. But the thing is, am I once again getting left out? It seems I already, I do. Well, what would Mordetwi's name be if I changed it? You don't know. Well, actually, all my characters have last names. But it might get more creative. Might have some fun. Yeah. If we can change them. And I misspelt Lickers. So that would be helpful. Well, it happens. So, anyway, that's it. Oh, the moon. Everything looks so much better. Pax Dei looks better today than it did even last week. And that's not saying anything because they've moved it forward. No, I don't complain about mainframe. Yeah, they're being slow about the Unreal Engine. I mean, come on. It gets the trees out of the plots. Who could... But they're tired. No, okay, it's not they're tired. I'm being crappy. They just went from 5.4 in live and then up to 5.6, and they might have gone through a couple 5.5 steps. I kind of saw that in notes, but it seemed somebody was saying different things. But the whole meat of it is they moved everybody up to 5.6. So playing on the test server right now is the same as playing on the live server. The mothership is in line with her children. So if you want to play the real Pax Day, you got to play the test server. But nobody's there. Well, no, actually a lot of people are there. In fact, I knew a lot of people were there. But when this new chat started up, you found out a lot of people were there. And so it's like, yes. Well, not like thousands. Dozens. Tens of people. Triplets of people. No, there's a lot more than that. So, yeah, that's it. I'm going to cut this off so I can not overextend my processing time. We're going to see how long it takes so I can start to get a good notion of when these posts compared. So if I'm putting up relevant information or I'm just dorking around. Got to come back with Mordetwi, lift up this land, put it down with Twist. I am not going to bother you guys with that because last time picking these plots and placing them again took a long dang time. I don't think anybody can learn anything by me doing it. Unless Willie's like, no, I want to see you drop those 3 plots again. Yeah, you better not be doing bets with your dad to see if I'll do it. So, anyway, that's it. I don't want to say goodbye. In fact, I'm coming back. I've got to do things. Lift these plots. Set them with Twist. Or no, I keep on telling myself that. I'm setting with Johan. I'm using his 4 plots. Those are 4 plots I got from the full release. Twist has got her 4 plots that I had from the full release. If I don't start going through them, one of them might fall short. I might forget about it, and it might expire. Why do that? All right. Willie, great to see you. Glad you caught me. 7 p.m. Alaska time, whatever time that is for you. 3 hours, Colorado, was it? Maybe 4. I can't keep the pattern in my head. Arizona messed me up when I was in the military. But yeah, that's it. Got to meet my neighbor. That's a thrill. I hadn't met him yet. Anyway, keep your sticks on the ice. Let's get to the pretty screen. Let's take a... We're not going to look up your nose. You know, the eyes do look your direction. When you're off, they do it. And that is cool. That's so cool. Oh, you can't... Okay, with F11 on, you can't do anything. You can PvE, and you can PvP. You just have to remember your key. I'll have to check that. I think it was Jeremiah. Jeremiah who does the running around in his underwear. Or her. Could be her. Adds a thrill. Dudes in underwear. I mean, I used to play sports. So, come on. Give it to me. Yellow moon, yellow moon. Okay. Got Los Lobos in my head. Anyway. You better have caught it. It's been catching both my screens. Still dealing with that. Alright, Morty. Chant up. We're out of here. Flo's place is looking rather nice. I'm envious. He's got the bonfires going. It's lit up like Christmas over there. Well, he's up on higher than the other ones. He's got the stuff up there. Anyway, we're running into him, running into Willie, hopefully running into Athena, hopefully catching Harm's Way again. Got to get into the, getting out to dungeons, getting moved up, getting on with everything else. Our login times are great. If you're having any problems logging in, there's this thing called DDoS. Pax Dei stopped having the login problems for me, and I could never blame them. But that's for another time. I'm going to be looking up more of that and trying to see, as people are having issues, to see if I can actually find anything different. All right, Morty. Take it easy, guys. Keep your sticks on the ice. Oh, and Lord bless.